Hi everybody! You can see me at this time on the intro. Welcome back to part 2 of Materia D&D session 116, where the Menagerie spent some time with the crack checker kobolds in their camp. They got Rock's kendama back, but that also inspired a bunch of the kobolds to make a ball and a string and a cup, and they helped move some heavy objects around, which later turned into a arm wrestling match. But before that, Tej was able to trade his cooking services essentially for a pelt of a bloodhound, and Sej's cooking, and Sej himself has been forever immortalized on the walls as a painting of him cooking and holding his ladle. So, and with the very intense and back and forth arm wrestling, Caros's technique took over and carried him to victory over Davis's. I don't know what you would call it. What would you call Davis's butt? Gusto, maybe?
Yeah, his attempted self-inspired style,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
built more on
Sheer
his inner well
enthusiasm.
springs than his actual muscles, which are still there, just not quite as
exactly.
bountiful.
So I would say at this point it is well in the afternoon, just with everything that's been going on. The menagerie has before them the path to the heart of the mountain if they wish to take it now, or just spend some time amongst themselves and amongst the kobolds. So I leave it to y'all to roleplay and let me know what's going on.
Well, it's should be sundownish soon, right?
Yeah, it's like late afternoon at this point with everything that y'all were doing. So yeah, we could say sundown soon.
I look forward to Dregnar's information.
Oh, I was like, Davis, you'll be assisting kind of with my plan.
Oh, sure, whatever you need. As long as my arm's a little sore, so hopefully it's not too much with that.
Oh, no,
Okay.
no. So, since I've been told it's going to be sundown soon, Adam, I'm going to look for an area that is dimly lit, has, not complete darkness, but just more attuned with the shadows, if you will.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check as you're kind of looking for it.
And if he lets me know that's what he's doing, I would help.
Yeah, I mean I believe he's coordinating with you
Yeah,
on his efforts.
I'll help out.
Yeah,
So
go
you
for it.
give me advantage, or you're going to roll yourself.
You can go. You do it. Because I don't really know exactly what you're looking for, so I'm just kind of like,
Okay.
what about
So
that? What about that?
23.
What was it, 23 total?
Yeah, you don't see it on the screen.
Yeah, it should be
Oh,
in the
now it
chat.
came through. There we go. I heard the sound. I just didn't actually see it come through. There we go. Perfect. 23 and an 18. Yeah, so 23. Yeah, you're able to find. It's actually on the. If you were to look north out, more on the eastern side inside the cave, just because that's where the sun is traveling furthest away from you, and you feel that there is a good dark little connection, just lit up ever so slightly by whatever um, candlelight and bioluminescent bugs that they keep in the jars, so that there is actual shadow, not just darkness, because you do realize that it is the shadows that give you the secrets. And found a nice little cozy spot. Through the process of searching, some of the kobolds see that you're kind of looking, and they kind of like are just like looking, trying to help. They don't know what you're looking for. And then when you sit down, like, yeah, this is a great spot. Good find. Good, yeah. Good job. This is, yeah. Uh huh.
I'll be like,
What
thank
you
you.
doing?
Um, magic.
Oh,
With dogs.
I like magic. Hmm.
You can watch.
How far away do I stand?
You can sit right in front of me. It doesn't matter.
Oh. You get like four of them and just kind of sit down and look.
So
Has it
if one
started yet?
sits in front of him, I'll be like, no, that's my spot.
Oh, okay. Lights over. And they look at you, Davis. Has he started it yet? And they look back at him.
Yeah.
What about now?
No, I'll let you know when I start.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting for Serge to let me know when the sun's set.
We'll go ahead.
Has it set?
Yeah, I'll let you just, yeah, you can go ahead and role play and say that it's whenever you think it's set, it's set. I'm not gonna.
From like the window area, I'm gonna turn back. Dregnar, I think it's time.
Okay.
Right. Wait for it. Wait. Now.
All right. So what are what are your questions?
1 second.
Yeah, yeah,
Mark.
cupcakes being cupcake. I get it.
Oh, Cupcake's the name of it. Nice.
Yeah. She's
Sounds like a little pug or something, maybe?
she's a chug.
The Chug.
Oh, okay.
All right, Morgan Ann's talking to me about Michelle.
So
all
Chug
right,
being
hold on.
Chihuahua pug?
Mhm.
So I was 100% right because I said a little pug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Davis to like sit down, cross his legs, and then
Mhm.
summon Hearthguard in his hands. But what I want is one hand in the middle and then one hand towards the top of the glaive, like towards the blade.
Sure. So yeah, do that. I'll sit cross-legged in front of you.
Well, then when you sit down, I'm going to actually sit down beside you, so we're both facing the same way.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take out my bottle of ever smoking. I'm going to put it in front of me, kind of pop it to kind of set the mood as it kind of fills around us. I'm going to take my hand. I'm going to put it over Davis's hand in the middle of the weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and then take my other hand and put it towards the end. What I'm going to do is try to use both Hearthguard and Davis as a focus, but trying to also see if Davis may see what I see because we're in contact with one another. And then I'm going to tell him, try to focus on Hearthguard and those that have wielded it, specifically a dwarf with a mohawkish and orange beard. And I'm going to do the same thing. And then I am going to ask my first question. Where was where was Hearthguard forged? Now I can't do an and in that, right? I can only do like where
Yeah,
was,
it's
okay. I can't do like where was it forged and by who. Okay.
yeah.
So or you know, I'm gonna say, hold on, give me a second. Let me think.
Yeah, take your time.
And I can take some input from you guys if you want out of game.
Yeah. And it has to be like it can't be like a more general question. It's got to be like a more like a where like a one of the 5W kind of questions.
Yes,
Yeah.
because with his, he gets to roll advantage, and it's trying to find something super specific, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's a lot of
So
limiting
it's not
factors to it,
yeah.
but
You
if
can't
you
just be
ask the
like,
right
tell me about the forging of this. You know, it's like that's way too vague.
yeah. But on the same flip side is like if he asks the right question, rolls high
Right.
enough, he can get some very specific details. So let me know whenever you had a chance to roll, James.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the question right now.
Yeah.
How exactly I want to word
So
it.
well, so where was gonna be one? Was who gonna be the other? Like about the first owner? Like who was the first owner, or who
I was
did it?
I was thinking something like that, but I'm trying to figure out what would be most advantageous for us as far as getting to where we're going. So that's why I went with the where. I guess I could do, but I
What
don't know if I
about
want. Go
just
ahead.
does Hearthguard unlock the heart of the mountain or something like that? 'Cause, like which
Or
would
I
we
could put,
did
or I could say, what is Hearthguard's role in
in
with the
traveling
heart of the
to?
mountain,
Yeah,
or traveling to, or what is Hearthguard's role as it relates to the heart of the mountain?
that sounds like it
Huh?
might be a little too vague.
Okay.
So maybe say is Hearthguard a key to reaching the heart of the mountain.
Okay, I'll try that one first.
What if the answer is just yes?
Well, but if it's yes, then I can ask my second question, which can be more specific.
Okay.
So I can say, how is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be the first question, Adam. Is Hearthguard key to reaching the heart of the mountain?
All right, go ahead and roll me a history check.
And do I roll anything while I'm in this?
We'll tell you in a
Okay.
second.
Not too bad.
All right. So before we get that, so Dave, what are you trying to focus on when he asks?
So he asks the question, is Hearthguard the key to reaching the heart of the mountain? Yeah, I'm recalling when he mentions heart of the mountain, I'm like, okay, yeah, what was that? Like how I'm thinking of a couple things. So one, recalling any of the dreams that I've had that feature that. And so then specifically, as much as you can, kind of when you're trying to remember a dream, like you may like try and go back in your head and then almost like swivel and look around, like think of things that you wanted to remember but weren't specifically focused on.
Yeah, so
I'll be
I
looking
guess my
around to look for
question-
ingress points essentially to that the forge.
get that. I guess my question for that is like, what does Davis think the heart of the mountain is? Like, what is
Oh, the
what is he
forge.
looking for in his dream? The forge.
So the
Okay.
forge, and then also, if I can do another thing, I'd say also think of that tablet and like if there was anything that stood out in terms of that
Well, then
path.
you might have to help me remind this. Have you ever seen a forge in your visions?
In my vision, yeah.
Okay. Because I know you've seen.
Well, I will say this: there was one thing where we saw, I think where it looked like there was supposed to be tool. Actually, I guess if you give me a little bit, I can look back at my notes. But I want to say at one point I saw like a dais or something that looked like it had maybe 2 jewels, or a spot for 2 jewels, and one was missing.
Yeah, that's what you saw.
And
that I remember telling you. That,
okay.
Yeah.
And that was in a atmosphere that appeared to be kind of like a forge. So if it wasn't like at the forge itself, it seemed to be like in that same like
you're looking for a chamber.
Yeah.
Okay. Dragnar, go ahead and roll me a. Well, actually, let's see. Davis, go ahead and roll me a. What's for calling? I guess it'd be intelligence, right?
It is. It's intelligence.
Yep. So go ahead and go in intelligence check, and depending on how well you do, you either help or hurt.
Okay. Ooh, baby. Actually, I'm gonna roll a different die. Here we go. Total of 10. 11
Total
minus
10.
1.
All right. Dragnar, you can add a D4 to what you rolled. So 21 plus.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so 24 total. And the question again is Hearthguard the key to entering the heart of the mountain or something like that, right? That's the first question?
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough, yeah. Doop 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 doop. 24 history total. Are they doing the thing? I don't know. You can tell. Why are they getting so dark around here? What's happening? Mister. And they just kind of, Davis, you see Dragnar, his eyes doing the rapid eye movement as they're closed.
I'll like kind of just brush my hand aside in a sort of stop like emotion, saying like shh.
Okay.
And then I'll be nodding my head yes. Although with the smoke, I don't know if they'll even see that.
Well, the smoke only goes like a foot high until it hits a wall, and then it starts building up.
Ah.
Is Hearthguard the key to enter? So I'm trying to think of like a good vision. Like that's the because it's a good roll, so I want to give him a good vision. what you'll see is a large cavernous space that within it is the uh, like a pool of, as best as you can imagine it being, like, of liquid magma in the pool. And amongst it is you see, I want to say, like pyramid-esque, ziggurat-esque like structures in this large cavern. And you see that the lava flows from above, kind of pouring down. You'll see that there's lava kind of pouring in different cracks along the sides of the raised areas, but everything pools down into this central pit, essentially, where there is hot magma. Among and then within that magma, as Davis is kind of mentioning the dais and all that, you do see like that stone structure kind of dais, uh, and beyond it is this crystalline structure that just seems to be in the magma, but um, and within proximity of the dais. Uh, you see among on top with the dais, the details are kind of sketchy and missing. You see a lot of individuals in the image kind of walking around and going through life, more of like this, shadowy apparitions of different people. And um, you'll see that uh, as you're peering through and walking, peering, you begin to kind of get the vision of an individual walking. You're not sure of who or what you are, but you're walking and you're crossing a a long bridge-like structure over the pit of the pool of magma, and you're getting to a stony portion that has a path carved in it that leads to some sort of entryway. And um, while on, then you walk with the person, then you kind of walk back. So you're almost like doing like a patrol to kind of look in what's going there. Uh, there is something that catches your eye as you're kind of walking through this person's perspective and kind of look off to the side. And there is um, a raised structure, not like huge, it's not like the size of one of these ziggurats or like, pyramid-like structures in here. But it is imagine maybe like a 20-foot wide stone column that goes up. And then there's a series of spiral stairs that go around it to lead to the top. And up there, you see a large uh, metal disc that's like suspended and hanging there. You can go ahead and give me a Dregner, you can go ahead and give me a, this is going to sound weird. You can give me a performance check to see if you recognize what the disc is.
Okay.
His best.
Oh, not bad. I rolled a 19, so 17.
Woo
It's
woo.
it looks like a giant gong.
Okay.
I know that's not necessarily what you're expecting to see, but that's what you get. So to recap, you see like a vision of the large chamber. There seems to be multiple streams of different magma coming from different places, but it all collects in a central pool. The buildings and structures around them is in the sides of the caverns. There seems to be like doorways and almost like adobe style huts, maybe, I don't know, or like living spaces, best way I can put it. But amongst the open caverns, there are multiple large ziggurat-like structures that have multiple entry places. and amongst the bases of some of those ziggurats, you see more magma kind of spewing out. All the magma is collecting in a central pit. The pit itself, there is that dais that Davis had mentioned, though the details for you are not very clear. And you see within the pool of magma itself this large crystalline structure. The viewpoint that you had it from is from someone that was patrolling the area, and they were walking from one of the ziggurats across a bridge from the magma, and then out towards a stony path, and then returning back. Upon returning back, you see that there is like uh, a vertical stone-like column that has some spiral stairs going around it, and on top of it is a large gong.
Okay. Were most of the people walking around dwarves?
Nope. A whole
Okay.
mix of people.
So I've never done this before, Adam, and I'm going to try to see if you'll let me do a little RP here.
Yeah, sure.
So I've never described anything while in the trance. So this is how I'm visualizing it. So as I'm speaking, my eyes are still closed and I'm saying what I'm seeing, but it's multiple voices, like I'm taking on the voice of like the shadow or something like that. So you hear Dregnar's voice, but then there's other like frequencies and tones and all that as multiple individuals are saying the exact same thing. It's clear you can hear it, but you hear the differences in the tones and all of that. Does that make sense?
Is this a whispered voice or a like full-on spoken voice?
I would say it's not a whisper, but not like normal volume, like halfway in between.
So like stage whispery almost.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So would these guys ever? I'm just curious if everybody else would be hearing this.
The kobolds would be like,
Oh yeah, the ones around us for sure are gonna be like. And Davis is kind of fucking spooked, to be honest.
And then before I ask my next question in my normal voice, because I'm done recalling the history, I'm going to ask Davis, did you see anything while I was doing this? I'm trying to see if because I'm touching him that it'll transfer something, Adam. I don't know if it will or not.
unfortunately, no, it's not. Like, I would say, Davis, you can feel free to roleplay it. Like, you
Yeah.
believe that you see something just by how he describes it,
Yeah,
but in
exactly. That's
reality,
exactly what I
you
was
don't.
gonna do. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it was vivid. Like you're like the cavern with the magma. That was awesome.
Okay, so now we know Hearthguard has something to do with it. And I still have my eyes closed the entire time while I'm talking here, Adam. So, what do you think our second question should be?
Wait, so is it the key? I wasn't sure. Like I think it is.
It's hard to tell with the visions. We have to take, there's a lot of
Okay.
perspective and innuendo. We have to take it like
Wait.
we know.
Windows?
Sorry,
Windows?
innuendos, like little nuances, little things that may mean something, but not exactly what you think they mean.
Oh. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that the guy that I was seeing through, I believe he was a guard, and I'm pretty sure. Did I happen to see Hearthguard in his hand, Adam? Going back
No,
to
he did not have Hearthguard. No.
okay, so I'm like I was seeing it through his eyes. I believe it's similar to what you've explained before about a big cavern. I didn't see any jewels, but I did see a pedestal with a gong on it.
Hmm.
Maybe that's what they used to summon the fox. I don't know.
Maybe we could ask about that. Because
Is that what you want me to ask? What is the importance of the gong?
well,
I'm just a conduit. I'm trying to get information for you.
what was you? You talked about some crystal in the lava.
Yes.
Some like structure of some sort. I'm kind of interested in that, but I don't know what that would be either.
Adam, you got a hot mic, by the way.
Oh yeah. Also, your camera is just kind of pointing it into nothing, I think, too. But
Yeah, I got spun around. Sorry.
that's okay.
And the hot mic would be because the Muta's blow drying her hair, so I'll
That's
keep
fine.
muting
got
myself
it.
as I can.
It's pretty faint, so it's not a big deal. But okay. Yeah, that crystalline structure kind of sounded interesting too. The gong, yeah. I don't maybe, but maybe instead of asking about those details, like so, I think. I mean, so the stone tablet showed the constellations should lead us there, and it seems like these trials or whatever we, activated, opened up, whatever we need to do. That now, if we retrace those those trails, those paths, I think they should take us there. I hope they do. But now the question is like, well, when we get there, what do we do? Maybe it is something with that gong. Maybe it's something else. So maybe we just ask about the spirit, the fox spirit, and say, yeah, maybe like how do we summon it, or how do we?
More about how to make it whole again.
Well, I think
Or-
we kind of know that, right? Like he's mad at the cloud for stealing his eye.
Well, we could ask where the eye is.
Yeah, we could. I think it might be in that horde that we were in, though, right?
Could be. I don't know. I was too busy getting my ass whooped.
Same. Very much same. Yeah, any of those would be good.
All right, you let me know which one you want me to ask. I only get one question. You tell me what's more important to you, because this is all about what you need right now.
Oh man, but those other previous owner guys that Al was talking about creeping me out too, and I kind of want to know about that. But
I could ask, how can we communicate with the previous owners of Hearthguard?
I mean,
If we can do that, they may have information
That's
concerning all of
true.
that.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Here's where and then I'll kind of just relay like the kind of topics that we were just discussing. Like, so what should we ask about? Like those other owners, or the eye, or the fox itself, or the gong, or what? What do you guys think?
As curious as curious as I am about the previous owners, I'm not sure how much that would help us right now. I'm just assuming they probably went on a similar journey if they got the orange hair and everything. I want to know the answer eventually, but I don't know if it'll help us right now. Yeah, the fox in the eye is kind of getting my attention.
That gong has my attention almost wholly.
Okay, I was trying to hide it, but I'm curious about the gong too. Do we get to ring the gong? I hope so. I really hope so.
I mean, if we get there, we're doing it, right? Like,
Yes.
Well, I can tell you what, and I lift up the pelt that I just picked up before I stuff it in my bag. With this, I can find out where exactly our green dragon is, so I think we should prioritize figuring out where you need to go for Hearthguard and the bell. The dragon will come.
well, I mean, you guys are the ones that I think the fox said to find him, right? Well, no, I was he told me that many times, but then when I was out, he said something to you guys, right? About seek him out or something.
I wasn't lucid at the time, I apologize. Not many of us were.
I'm gonna go back into my notes now.
When you say
Say-
that, you'll see that Dreg gets a visual cringe on his face.
Oh, wait a minute. This is from the session where I had 4 words of notes. It says we getting pooped on.
Accurate. Very accurate.
I don't even know what that is.
The question
That was
is,
the dragon fight.
the
Because
question
the entire
is-
session was that fight, basically. So
Yeah.
normally on fights, I don't really take too much of notes because there's too much other shit going on.
Adam, my question is, what the fuck was Davis talking about whenever we get pooped on?
That is the question.
You see a green dragon. No.
Okay. So, you want the gong? You want the crystalline structure? What? Carlos, you got any input?
Carlos went to use the bathroom. So did I.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much of the vision you heard, but basically Davis recounted that to, or I guess y'all heard it, and he was just asking for advice on what to ask about. I think we decided probably not the gong, just because, I mean, forget that we're gonna, at least as far as Davis is concerned, if we get there, and nothing happens, we'll definitely give it a whirl, because why the hell not? But
Yeah, because I mean, our we've got the objective of finding where Hearthguard was forged and get over there, right? Obviously, there's connection with the fox. So is getting there first going to give us an advantage? Potentially, yes. Versus knowing, I think like somebody else said, we're pretty sure that the eye for the fox is held by the dragon. But yeah, I don't know. He's got a giant horde of treasure mimic minions. So it could be good to find out specifically where it is.
yeah, maybe we
Versus
ask something like, can the fox, or will the fox help us defeat the dragon? I mean, I don't know. Like, I want to trust him, but
what about where should we go first?
Type of question
Which
for the shadows.
like what would be? I mean, this is maybe something we have to talk to ourselves. I don't know how we could word it, and if the shadows would answer. But what's more advantageous that we succeed? What helps increase our chances of success more? Like the dragon's probably recovered completely, so he obviously probably doesn't come into play too much as far as like attacking him now versus later. But
Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not like asking a question as far as advice. It's asking a question about something that's happened
like
in
a fact.
history.
Yes, it is a historical question. Like,
Okay.
if you ask a question for advice, it'll just fail. It'll be like,
okay. So if we wanted to know if it was advantageous, you'd have to say something like, "Can you show me like what there is to
Yeah, what can this provide for us?
Yeah, what can this provide? Like, what is waiting for me there?
Yeah, but see,
like, if you go there, will you get a super power up to your weapon that'll help you kill the dragon and get the eye back, right? Like,
yeah, but to me, that's not history. That's what's going to happen in the future.
yep.
We would have to ask something like, what is the purpose of the gong? And then it would show me someone using the gong and possibly what it did. Or who built the crystalline structure? Why was the crystalline structure built? You can't ask things that are like that haven't happened yet or that a shadow hadn't seen.
I guess I'll ask in character. I was about to say out of character, but do we know? I mean, I think Scoot mentioned it, but or maybe it wasn't Scoot. Maybe somebody else mentioned it, but I think we've heard why these Forge Masters left. Was it the green and purple cloud dragon thing that drove them out?
Sounds right.
I mean, what makes us think that going to a place that got their ass kicked by this thing is going to somehow make us better at kicking its ass? I mean, we did pretty good. So, given another chance, we could just do it anyway, but
do you know why they were there in the first place?
I could ask how the green dragon took the other eye, the other gem.
There you go.
That's definitely a history thing. Yeah, and then that might give us indications of where it would have gone with it. If we need to then, like, pursue him.
So we're good with how did the green dragon take the fox's eye?
Sounds good to me. That is something I want to know for sure, because I will
Sounds like
say,
a
I'll
good
tell you,
idea.
I've seen it a little bit in my dreams, but it was kind of just fighting, like just it was like it was just a battle, and there wasn't specifics of like the actual act of taking it and fleeing, or like how it all got started. So it's like,
Or I could change it to, can you show me how? That way I see more, because the how, it could just be like a claw grabbing it.
yeah, or tell me about the
Well, I think it's
stealing
got to be in the
of.
form of a question, right,
Oh,
Adam?
oh, sure.
Less, yeah. See, yeah, it's designed to be a historical question into the archives of the shadows. Essentially, is what you're doing.
So yeah, what happened when the dragon stole the fox's eye? I guess something like that.
Can
I'm
you
just trying.
show me the journey that I took to the dragon's lair?
Well, what I'm
Ooh.
trying to do is I'm trying to get time before, during, and after. Because if you show me the journey, or show me the whatever it is, I don't want to see
Oh
the
my god.
see it, grab it and running it. I'm trying to get before as well. So that's why I kind of went with how did the dragon. That way I can kind of see how he got the eye. But that's just me. We can
Yeah.
just give me some advice here. I feel like I'm trying to prep for a damn wish spell.
Like how did the dragon manage to steal the eye from the fox and get away?
I can't put the word "and" in
Oh,
there,
sorry.
because that's technically two questions.
I like this idea.
I could go, can you show me what the dragon did with the eye? Because that may also give us
Yeah.
a location of where it is.
Sure.
Because that may,
Okay.
depending on how I roll, I may be able to get like a little before, during, and where it's at now.
Or can you show me what the dragon did when he stole the eye?
Yeah. So go ahead and type that one out. I don't want to screw that up.
Okay. Something like that.
Anybody got any
Any edits?
edits? Yeah.
We look at the written one.
Yeah, I love you guys. This is like fun for me. This is very fun.
I think that's perfect, actually. That's a good idea.
Carlos, Al.
I'm 50-50 on the can you show me?
Yeah, because the
But
answer could just be yes, but
Yeah.
I don't think the intent
I'm
is
not that
bad.
type
Yeah,
of a dick.
that's
I'm
not
not
that
that
petty.
Okay.
He's
We got
like,
some
"Fuck
magic.
you! You said can. It's supposed to be
can,
may.
bitch, motherfucker.
It's supposed to
Bye.
Remember,
Yes, I can, but you didn't say
Can you
may.
show me? And it's just a shadow just walks up to you and shakes its head side to side.
Oh my god.
Shadow
no,
thumbs up.
yeah, you guys are interacting with magic that is on your side, right? So I'm not gonna be a dick. Like if you were interacting with magic that is not yours and doesn't want to help you, then sure, I might be that kind of dick. But no,
All right, it's player versus DM time. Discuss.
Well, yeah.
Adversarial.
I'm thinking as a public school teacher, one of the kids that can't use the restroom. Yeah, you can. You
yeah,
physically are able
exactly.
to.
Yeah, it's like, may I go use the restroom?
You tell me.
You may not.
Okay, so we're gonna go with that statement right there. I want to kind of look at while I'm prepping. I'm like, hey Al, give me the juice.
All right, all right. Father Lude, give him an inspiration. Oh, no, wait. I don't even know what the fuck. Shadow, man. He's just
That's
gonna.
is it +8 or +10 now?
10.
10.
D10.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
so as you get into your focus trance, they goes, ah, his eyes are moving again. Ah, what's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing?
Please
So
don't bother the polyharmonic friend.
so the question is along the lines of can or maybe will you show me what the dragon did when he stole the eye from the fox. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Not bad. I still got my D10.
Oh shit. Ooh.
I'm just waiting for it to show up.
Oh,
All right. So over a 30, right? Yeah.
34.
Okay. Over a 30.
kobolds, back up.
Yeah, I kind of want to make it spooky. So, like, I almost imagine like part of okay, the shadows are. I don't want to go through. I don't know how to explain it to us, but let's just say like the manifestation of the shadows are so potent that the shadows that are being cast on the wall behind you guys from the little lanterns and the bioluminescent bugs in the jars, they almost like you do like hand puppets. It almost like they depict the story that Dregnar is singing. So it's very clear what's happening. So can you show me, or will you show me, what the
Please show
dragon
me.
did when? Okay. So it you will see from the get-go. It'll be from a perspective that is different than what Davis would be familiar with. It would actually be from the dragon's perspective. And the dragon is, has made its way, cut its swath through the mountain, uh, and doing it's this really weird sense because the initial images that you're seeing Dregnar and all of you that are able to see the shadows is it's just this dark splotch of shadow moving, and that's to signify it in its gaseous form. And it literally turned into gas and pushed its way through all the crevices and cracks that led its way into the cavern. And that's like the exhaust vents and stuff that were to deal with some of the smokes and that of the magma. And the forge is working. So it literally, you've now learned that this dragon can do a gaseous form. It's not just that it turns into a cloud and it's hard to hit. It can straight up become gaseous. So there's a little bonus that you get from this. You see this gaseous form of the dragon like splitting up and going through multiple, you know, vents, heading down into the forges where that cloud, which you would imagine is the green and purple, but you only see it in shadows, begins to billow out unnaturally, spilling out. And as it does, you see below your perspective all these different um, humanoids begin to like panic and freak out as they're looking up, and you see them running and scattering amongst the forge's cavern. There below you, in your perspective, you'll see a really large bushy tail whip around from below, and then you see the spirit of a fox like come into line and then begin to like leap up and start to defend the area. There's that ensuing chaos, which Davis, for you, you've seen it from the fox's perspective. Now you're seeing it from the gas dragon's perspective, the gaseous dragon's perspective, and they're exchanging blows, but then eventually the dragon's form begins to revert back, and then it swipes the fox out of the way and makes a dive and scoops up one of the two. And you get the sense, because you rolled so high, that the dragon looks back for the other one, but then realizes it can't make it. So then it just leaves out one of the larger entrances and starts to claw its way as it's like holding the gem in one arm and just starts to claw and eventually gets away. So that's the first part of the image that you see. And then you see it you're actually in a familiar-esque space, and as the shadows reform and reimagine, and you're in the dragon's lair. You see the fungi and the different greenery and stuff, but again, all in shadow. And you see it that it places it underneath the water, and then it curls up and begins to slumber near near the gem. I guess if anyone is trained in or proficient in Arcana and you're watching the show, you can give me an Arcana check.
If he's not able, I will do it for him.
For who? Al?
For Rock. Yeah.
Oh, and since
Including Rock.
Corbin dropped a big word on me, I'm doing the polyharmonic thing as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think CJ can roll, so you can go ahead for CJ.
I'll do it in the thing here.
Or for Rock, excuse me.
Eh.
18.
Damn, I forgot the plus 12.
I know.
It's it's not clear, but there are rumors that when dragons get enough valuables or enough get something important enough and they add it to their hoard, that it how do I put it? How do I want to put this so it makes sense? Dragons are not necessarily they don't necessarily follow the rules of like all biological creatures, right? When they get older, they get stronger. They never age is never something that makes them weaker. Another thing about dragons, that's just an example of like why dragons are not like other organic things. There's theories and thoughts that dragons, once they amass an amount of hoard or get something valuable or magical enough, that slumbering by it and basking in its wealth or in its magic is literally part of the growing process for dragons. So the eye was used to help the dragon mature or get more powerful, maybe. That's why it's slumbering with it. So that's immediately what it did. And then the shadows kind of all fade, and you almost get like the sense of just like being underwater in the shadows. You see some bubbles very slowly breathing, and then it fades to black. And it's weird because you think that it's over, Dregnar, as you start to like you consciously think that the vision's over. Okay, snatched it, you put it in its lair, it's under the water. But as you go to open your eyes, Dregnar, you can't. Your eyes are still shut, and you feel them still moving, and it's this weird, like when you're in lucid dreaming, Dregnar.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of hits you like that because
Well,
there's more to the history.
okay, as soon as that happens, it freaks me out. I'm gonna like squeeze as hard as I can on Davis's hand.
Okay, it hurts, Davis.
Yeah, I'm already freaked out with the voices and shit. So like, what?
Yeah, yeah. So as you're trying to pull yourself out, there's never been a time where you weren't able to, Dregnar. Squeezing hard on Davis's hand. Al, you see, like, you can, I'm not going to make him roll a check, but you can just see there's a little bit of discomfort and unease in Dregnar as he's sitting there. It continues to play, and the shadows, they go like full black screen, and then they very slowly begin to kind of reform. And you see a number of individuals, silhouettes. You can't make out their faces, you can't make out their forms, but they seem to be approaching the lair. And you see that a couple of them go into the water, swim down, grab the gem. Dragon still slumbering, swims away, and they begin to fight off like mimics and stuff like that. And you see a number of them begin to fall, but you see one of them as like his comrades are falling around him to the defenses of the lair, scoops up the gem, and then as some of their friends are like calling out for help, just books it with the gem and heads the fuck out of the lair. The next thing you see is the perspective of that person holding the gem and looking up, and you see the walls of Whitlaw, and then the shadows break.
So was Dragnar speaking and narrating that part too, or was like the
If I was able.
It's up to you.
Yeah, sure. I was doing the whole thing.
just in a little bit of a more panic, tremory voice probably at this point? Cause
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, and then when I get done, I'll open my eyes and be like, that was the first time I wasn't able to leave the the dream, the trance.
you're here now though. This is
Yeah, I'm
okay.
back now. I thought it was
What's
over.
your brother's name?
Which name? Agoros or Kodiak?
Okay, you pass. Just checking.
Good question. There's two.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. Okay, good. You pass.
Yep. So I'm gonna be like, yeah. Whenever I squeeze your hand, sorry about that. I was trying to get out of the trance and I couldn't.
Oh, whoa, that's
There was more to it. And
yeah.
then
Then
I'm gonna,
you that's when you're talking about the was it the guys with the no eyes that you were seeing? Was that who was going in for the gem? You said because you said you saw a bunch of people diving in, going for the gem. The creepy grayskin guy. Well, nothing against grayskin folks, huh? But you know,
I think so. It was. I'm still trying to remember. You know, I was a little. Give me a second, and I'll kind of like just like lay back at them and just kind of like play the events over in my head to make sure that I got them in the correct order because that kind of freaked me out.
Yeah. So in short, the biggest part, that the ending part was, um, you see a number of silhouettes representing humanoids. Um, they managed to get to the layer. They some I I'll give it to you in this way. Somehow they must have known about the gem, maybe, or at least they knew about the dragon's lair because they seemed to be prepared. They didn't wake up the dragon. Uh, they go into the water. They begin to take something, but one of the main things that you were asking about the gem is they go and grab that gem. And then that's where you realize that the gem itself is not very big if a humanoid is able to come and grab it. Like, it's sort of big, but they're able to grab it. And then you see them, a number of them, fighting their way out against something that you're familiar with, against like the guardian mimics, the horde mimics. And you see a bunch of them falling. And you see the gem getting dropped and like rolling on the ground out of one of them their hands. And then you see a one of the individuals grab it, look back, see that their comrades are like reaching out, calling for help, possibly, and instead of going to help them, they just run with the gem out of the cave. And then with some time, you're not sure how much time elapses, but it kind of like fades. And then the next and final image that you get is the perspective of that person holding the gem in their hands, looking up, and you see the walls of Whitlaw.
Adam,
What?
Did I happen? You know, you just. I would say yes, but was there a possibility of the person holding the gem looking at something that was reflective, water, something, anything?
the gem itself.
Yeah, the
And
gem
the gem
itself.
itself.
Does it look like the sovereign?
Do you know what the sovereign looks like?
Like Amara a
Yes.
little bit because
Yes, I know Amara. And yes, I've been to Whitlaw several times. I'm pretty sure I've seen something, like at least vaguely.
Okay, that's fair.
is he the vain kind of guy that would put like portraits of himself around
He kind of is.
tapestries of the sovereign?
You know what? Because you asked the right question, it looks like a much younger version of the sovereign.
That son of a bitch! That's what you guys. I'm gonna sit like straight up and go. That son of a bitch!
What?
I was like, I didn't do it.
The dragon?
No, I think I know who has the eye.
And now I think you know how he rose to power.
Go
It's-
on.
Oh.
It's the sovereign.
The sovereign's the dragon?
No, the sovereign's not the dragon. The sovereign was here, stole the eye, went to Whitlaw, and he used the eye to his advantage to gain control of Whitlaw, become the sovereign, and amass his wealth.
The fuck?
Well, that was already next on our list of shit to do.
But I think it's something we got to do now, right? Because do we want to fight the dragon without the fox at full power? You know, if he kicked the fox's ass, plus everybody that was there in the city, do we really want to go in there with a half-powered fox?
You raise an excellent point.
I mean, do we know the fox is going to help us fight the dragon? He might be bound to, that space. He's still got some power, and enough power that the dragon ran away from it. Is he tied to the weapon, or is he tied to the forge? He just manifested himself through the weapon as sort of like, can't let this guy die.
Dreg's
So
just
give me my eye.
Dreg's just gonna stand up and start pacing that motherfucker. Just like that son of a bitch. Goddamn, I'm gonna kick his fucking just go like just back and forth.
Man, how embarrassing will it be if the whole reason the Sovereign wanted to meet with us was to give the crystals back so they could put it back? It's like, do I have a quest for you? I owe everything to this.
I mean, I don't know. It's just something feels like we're here. We've opened the way. We've passed these trials.
Oh, I mean, I think we should, before we leave again, we should definitely, check the gong and all that.
Which, by the way, so out of character, thank you for Corbin reminding me that I did have notes on the gong, but also then I looked at my own notes and yeah, Davis will remember like Sej told me when he did the thing asking Surya, I guess, was about the Hearthguard. Supposedly the Hearthguard is used that can be used with the gongs to open the forges. Something.
I could imagine so, yes. The Hearthguard was definitely as of a key.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's actually you says that it was the key to sound the gongs to open the forges. That's what it was. Like, I remember now.
Now, do we know what happens when you open the forges?
I'm hoping good things.
We can make
Right,
some
like,
stuff.
well, that's the curious aspect, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe the yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of
Can we
of known unknowns.
Can we ask the kobolds?
Sure.
Is there still a crowd of them listening this whole time?
Uh, yes, but they definitely freak out during like Dragnar's, when he squeezes Davis's hand, Davis kind of freaks out a little bit. But no, yeah, they're still.
I will stop her the ever smoking bottle. I can't speak.
Mhm.
And then I will say, who knows the most about the heart of the mountain, the fox, the dragon here?
I mean, I guess that would be Osud, right? He's the oldest of us. He's the elder scale.
Where is he?
I think he's resting. Playing those spoons really wear him out.
He was playing the hell out of those spoons.
He was
I
doing a
don't blame
pretty
him.
good job. I was distracted with the thing, and I could still notice that he was killing it.
If we ever form the band back together, we gotta ask him if he wants
Oh
to
yeah,
join.
if we ever make a stop in Carver, then he will definitely guest with us.
Yes.
So, yeah, we can get him in a little bit, if that's okay.
That's fine. I don't think we're going anywhere right now.
Cool. Are you okay? Because that was one, very cool, but two, you seemed like you wanted to scream at one point.
Oh yeah. But
Okay.
not at you guys. You guys were perfect. It's somebody else that I'm going to put my foot through his face.
Oh, violence. Okay. We're gonna go, I guess we gotta go back to work. Okay. Well, if you go to sleep, good night. And you see they kind of scatter. And they have little discussions amongst themselves as they walk out.
So, real quick, now that Davis is remembering back, mainly because I'm looking at my notes, I will say, so this whole thing was about finding the fox. He actually said to slay the dragon first, and then find him when he finished. So I don't know if he will help us. I don't think he was saying that he should help us, but rather that we just need to cleanse the mountain and then see him. So I don't know if he's so much seeking to help us, but just asking for our help.
That could be. But if we get his eye back, maybe we could
Yeah.
persuade him to help us.
I don't
A
actually
lot
know
of
what the eye does, though. I've only ever seen it just being missing.
Well, apparently it has some magical abilities because it helped the sovereign rise to power and assume his wealth, or amass his wealth. I mean,
He used it as leverage on a very lucrative
I
loan.
was gonna say he used it to buy Twitter.
He bought Twitter, and it just really took off. Yeah, this is just kind of me thinking about it. Is like if the forges are just like regular forges that are, magical or special or better, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If they're like metaphorical forges, like the dragon went in there and F stuff up, he grabbed the eye. He seemed to want that. But like I've just got a bunch of like fantasy storylines like running through my head of like, oh, the two eyes together made the forge magical. So if we open the forge, that it was maybe the other eye, you could come in and steal it, or who knows what how many rabbit holes you can go down into. But
Well, I guess as DM, I will give you a little bit of a hint. They are known because you've heard the name. We're known as like the Fox-Eye Gems, right? Or something along those lines. The Foxfire Gems, the Fox-Eye Gems. And the fox itself is missing an eye.
Yeah.
So, there's that. I will remind Davis, Aaron, Danny in turn, that he's never seen the fox in its fox form in his dreams. It's always
True, I've been
been,
seeing from his perspective as the fox form.
yes. And the times that you've seen something in your dreams that were associated with this, when you saw something else that wasn't the green dragon, it was some other type of scaly beast, right?
True.
Just reminding you. That's all, because I know it's been a lot of details.
Yep.
So,
Hello, CJ.
CJ.
Oh, crap. Did I come in unmuted? Sorry.
A little
Hi.
bit.
That's
Okay.
okay.
It was
For
just
a moment.
little small shufflings, not a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
home now.
welcome home. So what we can do, because I don't want to take like a full break, but I do need to kind of stretch my legs and everything. If we want to take like a 5-7 minute break real quick, we don't. You can stop it if you want to, or we can just come back because we're only gonna go probably for like another 40 minutes total. I just need to stretch my legs and
Okay.
everything.
Yeah, I'll just leave it going. We'll be back.
Yeah, so you guys can kind of discuss and see what you guys want to do. But
I guess what I might do. Adam, you can leave. What I might do is just like take all my old recent notes about all this stuff and just paste them in the Menagerie channel. Just for.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
All right. Dope time.
Yeah,
Like,
the only
when's
thing I was
travel?
getting at with like the order of operations to do things, because like if he told you, cleanse the mountain, get my, and then return his eye, it could have just been, the way he explained it, or, could it be that like if you do shit out of order, it could open up a potential for the dragon getting something else or getting the other eye, or
Definitely
I know
curious
he'd
about
have
that
to
too.
face against the. He doesn't want to go and fuck with the fox again, right? So the
Yeah,
fox has to have some sort of capability of defending itself, there.
my thing about that is I'm kind of focusing in on the dragon was wounded. And if he really wanted to go get the other eye, it'd be less defended now than what it was before. So why wouldn't he go ahead and just go get the other eye now?
Right. And that's where I was getting with like, the whole unlocking the forge thing. Like maybe he can't get the eye back. I don't know.
I could see like maybe after the incident they sealed it better than before.
Yeah, but if he can turn into a gaseous form, he can pretty much get there.
Still, yeah.
I think he's too wounded to go there because maybe the fox is presence is still partially there, and he does it because he ran from the fox before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of his wound. Remember, Adam is, if I'm remembering correctly, Adam said that he was wounded on one of the wings or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we were fighting him, yeah.
So I don't think he wants to go back for the other eye because maybe the fox is there and he's too wounded to take it from the fox right now.
Yeah, it could be.
If only Davis could summon the fox at will.
Never seen them both in the same room at the same time.
You know what? The same thing applies for Davis and Simon.
True.
Gonna be leering at Davis the rest of the night. If you were in a brown robe, you would look just like that brown robe motherfucker.
I've been in a brown robe around you when we were going to the boulder fields.
I remember.
I remember. And I remember thinking, where have I seen this guy before?
I just imagine the day somebody in the party dies and then their new character's name is like Nomus.
Simon with a Y.
Ooh,
Simone.
Simone.
It's pronounced Simone.
My name is Sai, last name Mon.
Yeah.
nice.
I'm Silas Montague, otherwise known as Simon.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, that big kind of dump was the most recent stuff.
Yeah, as soon as Adam said Whitlaw in the gym, I'm like, fuck.
Shit.
I actually forgot Whitlaw was the big city that we
Yeah,
came
we
from
booked out of.
previously, and I was like, oh, perfect. We just gotta go outside the mountain. I told you we should have taken this town over.
Same.
It's 2-week travels away.
Oh shit.
Actually, we'll be right back since we got a little bit of a break.
Okie dokie, I'm back.
Hello. Danny stepped away for a moment.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just Anita was heading out, so I needed to help her step out, and then it was a good time for me to stretch my legs real quick.
Does anybody remember in character we were aware that the dragon's lair was, I guess, assisting him? It wasn't all him. Trying to figure out that dynamic. Recognize that. Like
Yeah, you guys kind of learned that when you're fighting a dragon, you're also fighting its lair,
mhm.
basically, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do we know, Adam, this is out of game, do we know that the dragon was using some kind of healing magic or healing properties? Like, I know I can do that, so maybe something similar to seeing the wounds close.
You said,
With
do we know if a dragon, and then it was just kind of hard for me to make out what you said. So say that
Sorry.
again.
Do we
healing.
know if the dragon was healing, like kind of like I do, where something happens and I see the wound close?
Yeah, so you don't know the exact mechanics behind it, but like dragons are in fairy tales and in rumors and in myths, right? Like some people say they don't exist, some people say they died out a long time ago, yada yada. And one thing that always stands out is that they're resilient and difficult to take down. And basically you saw it for the lack of understanding, you saw it basically like continuously having a fighting spirit. And in a way, I don't want to, like, again, I don't use HP as just like you get hit, you get damage. Like, you can dodge something and still cost you HP, right? Um, because it's like the action of dodging still fatigues you. But yeah, so you guys were able to put out that, yeah, this thing recovers extremely quickly and it recovers during battle. Uh, and then I kind of went on after the fact and I kind of gave like a DM's insight. I didn't tell you the exact mechanics behind it, but just think of like it's dragon's blood. Dragon's blood is special. Dragon's blood makes them essentially heal while fighting. How it works, is it a dodge action? Is it an action? Is it a bonus action? Is it legendary? That you don't know. But yeah, they regain HP as you're fighting them. Just naturally. All dragons in Materia do that. Because
They're dragons.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking dragons.
yeah. Well, like it's one of the weirdest things because like one thing that like just in a lot of different lores, in a lot of different games and dragons always have like something special about their blood. They're hard to kill. They've always like managed to. It's just dragon's blood. Like you look at let's even say like Dota for example. Literally one of the abilities is dragon's blood. What does it do? It gives them passive regeneration. Silences.
Night Davion.
Damien. So yeah.
Who's got chill touch?
That's what I was alluding to. Me and Al were talking about that earlier.
I do have a note to get a little magic eye circle with Rock and Sedge to bring it up.
I love chill touch. All you gotta do is hit. There's no save.
Here.
Slap him, so like, no heals.
In Materia, it's called Spectral Grasp or Spectral Hand. Just
Mage hand.
Uh,
Flicks your nose.
they just
That makes
renamed
more
it
sense.
because
It's necrotic, right? Instead of
yeah,
ice.
and it's not a touch spell; it's a range spell. This is a really bad name.
Skeleton grab attack.
Yeah, it is a horrible name.
Yeah.
Chill touch. Nothing to do with
Not
cold,
cold,
or
not
actually
touch.
touching them.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
So I
ready
think
for a
it's probably
skeleton slap. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it's all in how you describe it. It's actually just a portal spell. Like, but the portal
yeah, and a hand
it
comes
puts
out.
your hand through the like Shadowfell plane, so it comes out as like a skeleton hand. I don't know how it stays hanging off of them when you bring your hand back, but that's that's magic for you.
Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
love this idea.
Just like the daylight spell. Not actually daylight.
Yeah.
It's daylight. Well, you've never read. It's daylight, and then in the top right corner it says TM.
Oh yeah, damn it. It's
One
freaking
kind's brand,
Kirkland brand
daylight.
daylight.
Yeah. You want all the benefits of that warm daylight without any of the nasty sunburn? Get Mordenkainen's daylight. It's great. or a vampire develop the spell so that they could remember what it was like to like hang out in the day.
That's some
That
that's some
actually pretty
Acquisition
funny.
Incorporated shit.
That's actually pretty funny. I like that idea where it's
I
like,
think you're onto
yeah,
something.
no, yeah, daylight spell was created by a vampire that missed the sun. That should be canon lore. Damn it.
It was a drow vampire too, just like super fucking hated daylight.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So what were we doing? Blah, 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 blah. You guys were discussing and hating on the sovereign some more. That's right. So,
Yeah.
what's the menagerie doing?
I mean, I still want to go through the path. I just do. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense necessarily, but I just feel like we're here. Kind of, we did okay last time, and now that we kind of know what we're up against a little bit better, we could maybe do better. I don't know.
What if we find the other eye, steal it, get rich, take over Whitlaw, and then bring both eyes back?
Long game. That's not a bad
That's-
idea. Like-
Hire an army with our newfound, lead them in. They all kill the dragon for us.
Hmm.
Not
We
sure
manage
I
our
want
estates.
to own Whitlaw.
Well, I mean, we'd lease it back to the people.
Fair.
It's not like you have to like maintain it. That's what you gotta delegate.
Always, always.
Well, on this one, I happen to just float with you all. I don't really. We could go
Yeah.
after the. We could go after the dragon now. I think. I think we could take it. Whatever we decide to
Concentrated.
do. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was kind of agreeing with you that like knowing that it's there now, having a concentrated effort on it, and being mindful of the other little things that are hanging around in its lair as well.
Yeah, I mean, remember we went in pretty exhausted. Like, I think we were pushing through like a sleepless night or something up to that point, even.
Yes, we were exhausted up to that point, yes.
So,
And, might I remind you, I have a really good way to track it.
oh yeah,
And we still haven't solved all the mysteries of the mountain.
The advantage, I guess, here's we should just break it down, right? Like, what's the advantages of going to Whitlaw? The only ones I can think of is, well, one, getting the eye back. But then we're, taking down the leadership of the city.
Signing ourselves up for political intrigue.
Right. But if we didn't do that, then that's 2 trips to Whitlaw, right? Either way, we have to we'd go to Whitlaw and then come back and then I guess eventually go back.
Very true. If we want to be kinder to our feet, we should consider that too.
I think the only real advantage from going to Whitlaw would be to barter with Tabard again for dragon specific armaments.
We could also drop
There's
off the skull.
There's that too.
well, we would
So
have
I
to go
guess
to Volpine
2
first
things.
then, right? Because Simon, not Simon. Meeker's sitting on that one, right? So.
But isn't that on the way?
Yeah, if we took the Mason Ferry, yeah.
So there are some potential, 3 potential things worth going to Whitlaw for before the dragon. But 2 of those 3 things we can do afterwards as well and still not, really.
And it's not even clear necessarily that that's going to help us.
Correct. It would be more of just, yeah. It'd be more about if that gave you some sort of Davis specifically, some sort of advantage or upgrade or something, if by returning that early.
I mean, as
then
much
you
as I like my
unlock
armor,
something.
I could stand for new armor, I suppose, as well. But
I forgot about your melted armor.
I mean, this is great. This is actually pretty good. I just want to kill this fucking dragon, man.
I was gonna say that's another thing is it's a month there and back, right? Unless we get some faster method.
Well, we're definitely not going to be able to fly there.
Yeah.
Looks around at all the flightless lizards.
Wait, where's Lunlun, by the way?
Pocket
was
dimension.
Yeah, it was on my list too.
Oh, she's been dismissed. That's right.
Yeah. I was gonna summon her before the night's over, but there's some fancy shit going on over here, so I got a little distracted.
Yeah, so yeah, and even just sending one person back, like if just Al went back on Lunlun to fly, probably get there faster. Then we're sitting around here doing, not much.
If y'all ain't slaying the dragon without me, I need more writing material.
You know what? I haven't heard one of your songs yet.
Turn on them.
No, you've heard a lot of them.
Well, I meant good ones.
I was taking it back.
I helped him write some of those.
I'm just kidding. Your songs are amazing.
I never.
Didn't you hear the song you just started about me?
Right. That's
Everybody
not
loves
even
Man
done.
with the Magic Pants.
Yeah, he said something about Sej has magic in his pants or something like that.
You want a boat? You got a boat.
It's very true, though.
No. I'm talking about the X-rated version you sang earlier.
Oh, sorry. The joke went right over my head. I'm so oblivious, you know.
Rough draft. Let's back to drawing board.
I mean, there's got to be B-sides, right?
Yeah. Besides the tablets. I don't know.
So, I guess DM to players. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys doing?
I'm thinking I might locate a creature, if everybody's good with it.
Yeah, we're here for Davis, and Davis wants to kill a dragon, so let's kill a dragon.
Go. All right.
Yeah.
Got my vote. Yeah.
How long does it take to cast this shit? One action? You got
what
it.
spell are you
Locate creature.
doing?
Damn,
Okay,
dude, one
creature.
action.
Isn't
Make
that-
sure. I don't remember if we
the-
made a materia version, right? I think we did. I don't remember. Tired.
I will
brain
look real quick
melting.
because it's open right now.
Yeah, I'm looking for it too. Just can't remember if we did or not.
4th level.
Just
Doesn't look
locate
like it.
object.
Yeah, I know we did object. Can't remember if we did creature or not.
I don't see it.
Let's just make sure. I might not have made links for it, right?
No, yeah, it's not
Make
there.
sure. Okay, cool.
Or unless
Alright.
it's like out of order somewhere, but
I doubt it. I've done my best to keep it in order.
yeah,
Okay,
I
so
searched and I didn't see it. So
spell 4th level, right?
Wait, it only says within 30 feet. Oh, wait,
No,
no, never
creatures
mind.
are within
1,000
feet.
1,000
Never
feet.
mind. I hope it's within 1,000 feet. This is a big fucking mountain. But anyway. That's not that many feet considering a mountain.
yeah, so as long as
And
you've
what-
seen the creature up close within 30 feet, which you definitely have. At
What
least.
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of-
I definitely have.
He gave you a little
What kind of
kiss.
feet? What kind of feet are we talking? Like halfling feet, giant feet.
Well,
Huge
Sej,
feet.
do you want to hold off until we go back to the other entrance we came out, then do it there?
Yeah, I think that's a better idea. We get to inside the mountain at least. We have a bigger circumference than for like
I mean, we are in the
center
mountain.
mass at least.
Hey, Sedge, another thing.
Are we in the middle of the mountain?
No.
Yeah.
No, I was
This
talking
spell
about the
can't
place we
locate
came
a
out.
creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path
Yeah,
between you and the
I-
creature. How about
Mine's the DM?
Still
Oh,
water.
but it's still
still
yeah.
water.
If it's just his layer, then that's not running water.
No, I'm not gonna make it block. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
that.
No,
Okay, okay.
I mean, you
says,
could.
I-
I'm not. I don't care.
Well, plus
When
there's
I
not
was-
running water within a mountain that often. It's usually on the outside of the mountain. At least not
There's
10 feet
running
worth.
liquid magma.
Right.
no, says what I was getting at is if we go back to where we came out, you'll be closer to it.
Yeah, I definitely want to like hold it until we get somewhere that isn't here, like around. Because I'm assuming the kobold area is like near where we entered the mountain. This is where we camped out before we even went in. It is inside the mountain, but it's like at the outer edge.
Hmm.
So I'll wait till we get a little bit in when we start traveling back in.
Okay.
But not too long because we don't want to go the wrong way.
So wait a minute. You guys
Yeah,
think we're
that could be-
going back outside the mountain and around and not open through the fucking path that we just opened up?
I thought the path we just opened up was to
The dimension door.
the forge
Uh-huh.
area.
And then we saw him take the gem and leave from there.
That's true. I could possibly recognize where he dug out.
Oh, I see. So follow the path back.
I mean, y'all do have climbers kits and stuff like that, so maybe that'll work. Is that what we're gonna do?
We got Loon Loon. What you talking about, man?
That's true.
Yeah, man.
Well, we
Griffin
don't right
and-
now, but yeah.
No, that's very true. I
Let's
forget
go.
about Loon Loon.
I think we want to get to the heart of the mountain. Let's get to the heart of the mountain. I know even if the fox is there, he may not be able to help us. That's fine. Maybe he will. Sweet. But I want to see this place for one. And
Sure.
maybe the other guy's there. You know, I think there's more upside to going this way. And we literally passed through this thing they called trials.
I mean, it would
So we
suck
should-
if you died to a dragon before you got to even see the place you've been trying to find all this time.
Yeah, and plus, it wouldn't be kind of disrespectful to be like, hey, yeah, we finished your trials, but, you know, we're good. We're going to go a different way. It's cool.
We see this through.
All right. So, are you guys doing that now, or are you guys gonna do that in the morning? What's the plan?
Probably morning, because that'll give Al the ability to summon Loon Loon tonight, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Then I can scream again.
It's true, me too.
Wow, that's I guess a short rest. So like,
Mine is a long rest, I'm pretty sure.
For the ease of it, just to keep it, if you guys wish to rest, I don't. Is there anything particular you guys need to do the evening, or do we just want to say you guys rest in the camp? You guys give me your rolls for items and recharges, importance, and then we just venture off.
I had two things.
Okay.
Dragnar, when we were talking about climbing, and you brought up Loon Loon, were you implying something flying? 'Cause I know a fox feels like a good luck charm, but that's not always useful.
what about a flying fox? I heard about those.
What about like a spider or
Ooh.
something that can climb super good?
Hmm.
A fox spider?
I mean,
I
there
know there's
are
wolf spiders.
Zillers, what is it? Zillor? Shit, what are they called?
You trying to think of like a
Duke?
creature or like a real thing?
Yeah,
in the real
it's a
world?
winged dog.
Oh, I don't know.
What is it called? Winged dog. Smeargle, yeah. Asriel. Aralez. Aralez. Mythological, dog-like creatures from Armenia that have wings. Like you can make a fox with wings, and we can
That
just use
sounds
the
like a
griffin
freaking
template.
cryptid or some shit.
Huh?
Oh, it is. It's a yeah. It's a okay. It's a
Yeah,
fake.
Aralez. Yeah.
What about the Groot slang, a massive serpentine elephant that plagues a deep cave in Richtersveld?
That's okay. That's fun. I'm like, what?
You
Just
guys
trying
are
to think
Apparently,
throw-
it's
of ways to help him
South
like
American.
reskin. Yeah. Just
you
kinda
guys are
helping him
throwing out all
reskin.
these creatures and dregs like no.
So far, the fox with wings is winning. Trying to figure out what stat block that would have.
Yeah, I would probably just make it a griffin, honestly.
Solid.
Just keep it easy, right?
What was the
So
other thing?
Um, with what Dragnar brought up the previous night was the dragon and the healing. I wanted to get a little circle of magic users between Seth and Rock and bring up the same question. Um, with
Hey
Dragnar
fucker, I
since.
use magic.
But you asked me the question. You
We
asked
all
for.
do. You're not
I
that
know.
special.
I know.
I was gonna do air quotes expertise. You asked for my expertise apparently. I got none of. But these two know some shit. So Dragnar had the insight during the fight to realize the dragon was healing. I thought it was just, burly as shit, but no, we were doing some damage and it was actively healing itself. Have either of you heard or used or seen magic that can slow or stop that? I couldn't. I've never had anything myself, but
I
That
will
can
think
stop
on it.
healing?
yeah.
think I have a cantrip that would be pretty hard to land that can do that. But I'd have to do some studying for it.
I think it's if it'll work, I think it's a strong preparation to make. We can I can do anything in my power to make sure you can just get within range, get that land whatever this spell is, get back out. But I think that'd be a huge help because that thing took a beating and just kept going, kept going.
Hey guys, I gotta bounce. Michelle wants me to come up to the hospital.
yeah,
Okay.
we were gonna call it at midnight anyways. So you're good, man. Safe
I'll talk to you guys
travels.
later.
Give
Take care.
Aiden my best.
Will do.
Thank you, sir. Easy poor Aiden.
Yeah, there is a cantrip that prevents healing if it hits until the next spell I cast, but
Oh,
that's it's pretty unreliable. I don't have anything. I don't stopping things from feeling better just really isn't my mojo.
Could have fooled me, but
Patel.
Ouch!
oh, I
Right? Like,
understand. But even for the dragon, I see what you mean.
I mean, it's just not something I've learned or thought about really. It's handy in this situation, but yeah, I'm not equipped for this kind of thing.
Okay, if it is something you have to like concentrate on, you can't do another spell. You're just kind of locked into
No,
casting
no, it's
that running around.
every time. No, it's just a cantrip, so I would have to continually just cast it, hope it hits every turn.
Oh, well, it works for a few seconds. Okay.
Yeah, and I would have to make sure I keep hitting. As soon as I don't hit once, he heals again as normal.
Ah, and then I guess at this point it's just kind of a if you have space, maybe keep it in your back pocket. But
I'm drawing a blank myself.
because I know for some reason healing magic and necromancy kind of go hand in hand. It's like two sides of the same coin. But
Yes. Somewhat, yes. It's somewhat the same. It derives differently, but
I don't recall anything else in my book that would help for that. So, but I can certainly after a rest at least have that available.
Nice. I think that'd be just good to have on hand, and if the opportunity arises, if there's nothing better, I think it'd be a big help. But yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
it's I think unreliable was pretty
Maybe
solid.
something as the fight gets closer to ending.
Ah,
Once a lot of our resources are expired, could be
It's
something
not
that helps finish it.
a magic that I'm super comfortable with, but um, we all got to do what we got to do for the party, right?
yeah, we gotta make sure everybody gets out of this. I know I for one, I'm going all out for this one, but well, do you think you'll be able to help with any? I want to say harm for the dragon battle, or would you? You have a lot of good supportive things too. A lot of talent.
I mean, it's a dragon. I still would be nice to just like become friends with it and tell it to go away.
I know,
I think we're
But
past the friends part. I'm sorry.
it didn't seem receptive to that. I tried last time. Um,
right,
you
right.
know, uh, I
Like maybe if we brought it the fox's eye, but I don't think that's part of our plan.
Want a treat?
Ooh,
Your boy.
I believe I can do good while with more harmful spells. I just need to be careful. Um, it's I'll do what I can.
that's nice. No, I
I'm still
I
currently thinking on it myself.
gotcha. Or anti-healing, yeah. Um, yeah. Thank you, Rock. I trust you on this. I know it's gonna be tough, but
I mean, we've killed hags and kind of took on a god almost, and went to the maze. And what's a dragon compared to all that? We got this.
yeah, really good point. We have seen some shit.
Y'all have seen some shit. I agree.
Killed like 500 zombies in like 1 minute.
Yeah,
Uh,
the
I was
the
on
ghoul cheese grater
That's
thing.
easier.
Yeah.
That was ghouls.
I
That's
was on 1 HP for the last 3 rounds of that. I was just so tense. But yeah. Thank you, Rock. We won't make you do anything you don't want to do. Just while you're helping out, it's a huge contribution.
So where's my notes here? You know, I got to talk with one of my friends, um, and I think I'll be okay. I just don't want to just all of a sudden be like aha and have everything back and start blowing things up, and because it got dicey last time and it's a lot of power, uh, and I still don't until I fully know what me being a vessel means, or we find a way to stop me going crazy every now and then. I just don't want to always be at my full strength, I guess. But I'll be able to help.
If there's ever a reason, that is a good reason. You were you were very powerful, and I think baby steps is a good choice. Uh, you got this.
Yeah, we got this.
We got
Yes.
this. Yeah.
I agree.
I'll do a little flex. I think that's about all I had.
Okay.
Oh,
Did I
and
hear? Sorry.
go on.
Did I hear correctly that I got my ball in the cup back and
Yep.
they made themselves their own ball in the cups?
Yes.
I would like to go play ball in the cup with a bunch of kobolds and see who can get the most in a row.
It's a good day.
Not that we have to like role play that or anything, but that's what Rock would like to do. Is
But I
They
want it.
love that game. Now they have their own.
yeah, I gotta see how good they are. I've had this thing for years. I got them. Flip mine up and
Also, they're using some really like fucking jury-rigged ball in a cup. Like somewhere it's
Fish line
probably
and
a
cup.
gigantic cup and like a teeny tiny little ball. It's super fucking easy.
Look at all these scrubs. 4,000 in a row. Can't touch me. Really short string so the ball can never actually fall out of the cup.
There you go. It's impossible to
Oh.
lose.
For the greater steed. So confirmed I can have a fox loon with wings. Get as fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Pegafox.
as long as, like the stat blocks are what we care about for the most part, and they needs to make sense, right?
Mhm.
So if you wanted to get like an Arrowlev with the fox, that's with wings, and use like the griffin stat block or something like that, I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah. Haven't read up on a griffin in a while. Let me but I like that idea.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
So let me get Loon back.
And as a speedrun roleplay, if the kobolds want to hang out with her again, we'll go through that all over again.
Woohoo!
Guess who's back? She's magic.
Like, yay!
They see the
Yeah.
summoning circle and the purple shimmering mask come out, and then boop, it's a fox. They're like, uh.
Ooh, yee! Yeah, they're all super excited about it. Where did I leave her token? All right. There it is. Boom,
Yes.
boom.
Derpy
And then,
Fox.
yeah, Derpy Fox, Best Fox. Nameplate, show nameplate, and it was Loon.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy. Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. So I think since we got about roughly 5 or so minutes, what we'll do, if we just so we don't have to do it at the start of next session, is let's just say morning will strike, morning will happen. We can always retroactive and say stuff that you guys did in the evening if something comes to mind during the week, but we can at least get the rolls out of the way. So like the portent, the engine, the wand, the totem, all that, so we can have that done, rolled. So your wizard. You technically have Spectral Hand
Wizard
now.
Harry.
You have Spectral Hand.
Hey.
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna put a note in that I'm gonna spectral hand somebody right on the nose the first thing I wake up next session.
Well, you guys are talking about the anti-heal, so you have one.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think that is literally the only spell that does that.
There might be some other ones later on. I gotta
There's a lot of spells in cleric, but I looked through a bunch of them and I didn't see anything that looked hopeful.
Yeah. Just gonna rate it to here so I just don't forget. So equals wizard wand. I just don't want to forget. Let's actually change the color. No, it does
Wizard
not.
Harry.
You're a fucking wizard. I put down a note too that Dragnar wanted to talk to Atsut. Even if it's not too informative, I want to see the interaction. They're pretty funny together.
Sure.
Ooh.
So it equals wizard wand.
Aw.
Drag. Talk to. Oh, so Davis got bear.
Bear.
No.
Yeah, so that's my extra HP.
Bear. 8 HP. Okay. CJ, I guess Rock, if you can do portents and engine.
They're in the chat.
Oh, nice. You did it so quick. So you got heightened again,
Uh,
I think.
I thought it was extended.
It might be extended. Oh yeah, yeah, right, yeah. I'm just trying to do it.
It is extended, yeah. Because that's what you had today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I seem to roll them in pairs.
Hey.
Always.
Now just roll 10 in pairs.
Right?
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All the 10s all the time.
And then roll 2 10s on the D100.
And then win game.
And then win game. Because that's where it makes it permanent or whatever, right? I think if you get the 100 on the D100 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be all the time, but you know, if it happens, it happens. You're like, oh, it happened. Oh my god.
If it happens, Rock goes crazy and kills the party again.
Alright.
Oh no, not again.
I mean, that or you'll just burn out from all the extra energy and just kill yourself.
No, I'm gonna wrestle him.
All right,
Rock
guys.
just evaporates in front of us.
Cool. Well, if that's that, so next session, let's plan on starting it in the morning. But of course, if something comes to mind that you would have done in the evening, we'll retroactive it, of course, for you guys. Good session. Good role play. Trying to think if there's anything else. But that's basically it right now for me.
I love being friends with kobolds.
Rest sounds good right now. So
One day, this specific tribe of kobolds are going to be really known for their art, and me.
The
The
man
arm
with the
wrestler.
that would
magic
be something.
pants.
He's the man with the magic pain.
When you say they'll be known for their art and use, I mean just be drawing you everywhere?
It did.
Yeah, they already did. They basically made like a mural for him.
They made a mural in their cave of me.
Nice.
Ladle, shit.
It's a mural of me cooking them food.
So you've become a legend.
Mm-hmm.
In my own kobold cooking way.
That's amazing.
Bloody legend.
I hope you had fun. Looking forward to next week. I very much like
Next
the
week
fact.
I'll be here, but I'm at work, so should be
Okay.
fine though.
Gotcha.
Sweet.
Yeah, Danny, because you asked, yeah, it looks like Anita and I will be there at the start since we're doing the setup stuff, but we don't intend on staying the entire time. So
Yeah, well, Meg will basically already confirm that she's definitely not going to go. We'll see if I
Okay.
if I do.
yeah. Give Meg my best. I hope she feels better.
Yeah.
So much love, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get going here pretty close soon because I need to get some sleep because I got a very busy day tomorrow.